This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can find all the cards in this video in their store by using the links in the description below. Hi everyone, we are doing another Thunder Junction draft. Caustic Bronco's real good. It always draws you the cards, but if you can saddle it, it hurts your opponent instead of you, which is sweet. I think it's probably the pick. Repulse is quite good. Signposts, as usual, are pretty strong. Got some useful deserts. Trash the Town's good as far as tricks go, but I think it's a pretty easy Caustic Bronco here. Forsaken Miner's quite good. Skullduggery, Vault Plunderer. These are all pretty good black cards that we could follow that pickup with. I do like Mystical Tether, but I think one of these black cards probably is better. It's just a question of which one I want more. I like the Miner a lot. It just allows so much shenanigans. Like, getting it back constantly really isn't that hard. I do like Skullduggery a lot. Like, it's a 1-mana 2-for-1, like, I don't know, a third of the time, and it's a 1-for-1 a lot of the time, so... But yeah, I think we'll take Forsaken Miner. Got a discard spell here that's not too bad. Raven's okay. Sterling Supplier's pretty good. I'd probably take Throw from the Saddle. Yeah. It's just real good. I mean, I've never really been disappointed with the card, and I've played a bunch of it. There's a couple good white cards here too, but yeah, I think Throw from the Saddles are the best card in the pack anyway. Corrupted Conviction is kind of nice with Forsaken Miner. I'd probably take a Tether here. This is one of the useless cards from the big score. Useless and limited, I should say. Prickly Pear's pretty good. Yeah, is it better than Mystical Tether these days? It really might be. We're taking one of them. I do think, like I said, this discard spell's pretty good, but I think these two cards are better. It's probably, third here in my pick order. I mean, I do like Giant Beaver okay, too, but I think these other cards are certainly better. I'm going to go with the pair. Here's another useless card from the bonus sheet. Again, in limited, obviously, that card's really good in the right format. This could be a pretty powerful card selection spell if we end up in black-green. I'm not, convinced we are going to end up there. I do like Prosperity Tycoon a fair bit. Yeah, I think that's probably what I take now. Again, the black cards here aren't good enough for me to, try to take them instead of, better cards. This is pretty good when you're going wide. Well, no, it's not the one I was thinking of. It isn't bad, though. Maybe Mourner's Surprise. I mean, it's a pretty good little recursive spell, and whether we're in black-white or black-green, it's going to be pretty good. So, I think it's probably what we want here. Gives us a token for Prosperity Tycoon. Alright, there's still a Skullduggery here. I think I just snatch it up. Spinewood's Paladin's pretty good. This is another useless bonus sheet card. Again, in limited. These are nice deserts, but I like Skullduggery enough to take it pretty highly. I mean, pretty highly for a trick anyway. Taking it. I think taking it over deserts is probably the right thing most of the time. At least the first one. Yeah, none of this stuff is especially good. I think the Peddler's probably the pick. Yeah. I don't like Gigapede much. Just too expensive. It can generate 2-for-1s, but man, paying 6 for a 2 toughness creature is it's just brutal. So we are pretty good at committing crimes at this point. So that's good. I haven't really drafted a deck like a crime-focused deck yet in this format, I don't think. And this is, oh, never mind. I was thinking this is a 2-mana 1/3. It's still good because, 2-mana 1/1, 2/2, discard a card, draw a card. I was thinking it was the 1/3 and you pay 1 and tap it and it does damage to the opponent. Probably Black Snag Buzzard here. Nice little creature. Varmint's pretty good too, but black seems the most open, and so it's more likely I play this card. Okay, another Skullduggery. Yeah, all right. Caught in the Crossfire is interesting, but if I can have a card that's good, like in a much wider variety of situations, but maybe it doesn't have as high of a ceiling, I think I'd rather go that route. All right, so there is a Deadeye Duelist, but there's also a Conduit Pylons. Savage Smash, you know, it's not impossible that we splash or whatever, but yeah, let's just take the Duelist. Kind of interesting. I guess we'll grab the Locomotive, though. Doesn't feel like green is especially open. Feels like green's the best color of the format so far, in my experience, but it's still too early to really feel that way. And soon we'll have enough data, I think, but... Okay, well, I will take a Pillage the Bog here. It's not impossible we end up in black-green. Then we get a Dust Animus, which definitely shoves me in the direction of white because it's really, really strong. Yeah, that's what we're going to take. It is nice we picked up one good white card in that pack, but yeah. Definitely take the Animus. Now we get a Lassoed by the Law, which is probably the pick here. Yeah. I mean... Scorching Shot if we were in red wouldn't be bad, but it's kind of hard to cast anyway, and Lassoed by the Law plus Dust Animus as our first two picks here pretty much sells me on the whole black-white thing. So... None of these are really things you want to be splashing either. I mean, they're good cards, but nothing you really want to splash. Locomotive might make the cut. I mean, I don't think it's terrible. It is fixing, you know? And, yeah, I mean, most vehicles we see in Limited these days, you know, they throw a couple of them in every set. They don't tend to be very good. And this one actually is, I think. All right, so we've got a Nurturing Pixie and an Outlaw Medic. Two pretty good white cards. I don't mind the Buzzard or the Servant. This is pretty sweet if you can make it work, but obviously we're not in that area. Void Rend I don't think is, you know... It's a good card, and if I had good fixing for blue, I would play it. But these are both cards that make the cut no matter what, and they're both pretty good. Right now, we're not doing a whole lot to abuse Nurturing Pixie, but, like... It's not that hard to do, and it's a great one-drop. So, yeah, I think we take it over Medic. Terminal Agony is kind of interesting if we'd stayed in black-red, because we did have a discard effect, but I don't think we are. There is good equipment in this format, but I need to find, like, 2 the rest of the way, or Stoneforge Mystic really isn't worth it. I do like Arid Archway a decent amount, but it's probably just supposed to be Desperate Bloodseeker. Does it have the same ceiling as Stoneforge Mystic? Absolutely not, but, you know, it's a 2-mana thing that commits a crime. Loads our graveyard too if we're into that, and we are already a little. So, I think we take Bloodseeker here. Alright, I like Sterling Supplier. A lot more than Ambush Gigapede, anyway. Yeah. There's a Murder. It's never terrible, but I think I'd rather have an Unscrupulous Contractor. So, Sterling Supplier versus Black Snag Buzzard. There's a Gold Pan, you know. I guess those would move up in my pick order if I took a Stoneforge Mystic. I mean, they definitely would. I'd run like 2, probably, if I had Stoneforge. We'll probably take a Buzzard here, though, over Sterling Supplier. Here we'll take a Wanted Griffin, I think. We have a bunch of flyers. Another Skullduggery, also a Conduit Pylons. I already have 2 Skullduggeries, so I think I will take the fixing here. Supplier or Fake Your Own Death. Right now, I mean, I'd much rather have Take Up the Shield, but This is a serviceable trick, and I could use some of those. So I'm going to take it. I guess Skullduggery kind of qualifies, but it's not as good at blinking removal and stuff. It's also fixing, you know. So we've got a Pylons, a Locomotive, and Fake Your Own Death, all of which can fix our mana. So if we opened something really exciting, we could try to splash it, probably. We've got a lot of buzzards, that's for sure. We have a nice low curve, which is good news for Caustic Bronco, but also, like, in general. Yeah. Do I want an Archway more than I want another Wanted Griffin? I probably do. It's pretty nice mana. I mean, if I try to play 3 colors, I probably don't play it, but I think if I play only 2 colors, I'd probably run it. Just because having one land that produces 2 mana is legit. Maybe I also need, like, the Black Desert payoff thing. Ooh. So here's the signpost for us. There's 2 of him, so he could even wheel one. It's pretty good. We're making tokens and stuff, so, you know, it's pretty good. Wouldn't hate Treasure Dredger, Wheeling, or Skullduggery, I guess, or Sterling Supplier. But yeah, we really want the other Baron Bertram to wheel, actually. So maybe it'll happen. Ooh, I love me some Fortune. I do like Take Up the Shield a lot, but not more than Fortune. This thing is kind of nuts. Just 3 mana, 2/4 Scry 2 is a card that always makes the cut. It's not that far. I mean, it isn't quite 3 mana, 2/4 draw a card, but it's like drawing like 3/4 of a card. Like, that ETB is that good, and then you could just keep on using it and blinking things, and especially if you support him with tricks and stuff, he gets to be pretty silly. Cool is not something we're going to be casting. Another Archway, another Fake Your Own Death. Vengeful Townsfolk's not bad. I don't really want a Creosote Heath just to try to splash, like, decent but unexciting green cards. Don't want more than 1 Archway. Things can get awkward. So I think we're looking at, like, Townsfolk and Creosote Heath here. I guess we go Townsfolk. Certainly not excited about it. And, yeah. I guess we're good enough at having things die that I should be okay with it in this deck. Whew. I was just saying I don't have anything green I want to splash. Okay, well, it's pretty hard not to take this. Even in a world where there's a Forsaken Miner and a Desert Stew and a Desperate Bloodseeker, she's insanely strong, and I think we already have enough fixing to play her. We hope to pick up a tiny bit more, but I think we're already there. And she's nuts, so, you know, we're going to take her. So here's another Baron Bertram. I do like Holy Cow, but I think we probably take another Bertram here. We have a lot of legendaries, so one of the Joins Up cards wouldn't be too bad in our deck at this point. So, I mean, this is fixing, but it's not really, you know, we've already got 1, so I'm not really going to rely on it. Like I said, we're going to play Zavala anyway. We'll have a Pylons and a Forest, and then a few random cards that make Treasure, and that's enough. So, yeah. Heartless Pillage also can make Treasure. It is a Mind Rot, so it's certainly not exciting, but, like, if I'm desperate for fixing, and I kind of am, yeah. Desperate enough for Oasis Gardener, sure. Unfortunately, this Joins Up card is just not very good, so we don't want it. There is another Conduit Pylons. I'd probably take it. Yeah. So I don't think we're going to be able to play Arid Archway. Having a land that only produces colorless when I'm trying to play 3 colors is not a great plan. So I think it ends up gone. Here's a Desert that can fix, but it doesn't do what we need it to. Gold Pan makes Treasure, but with 2 Pylons, I'm not super worried anymore. I'm going to take Skullduggery here. Pretty funny that I was like, I don't want a Creosote Heath. And then what should happen, but Selvala in the very next pack. I guess red was pretty open this draft, huh? late cunning coyotes and all that. I mean, that's not unplayable. So, deck looks pretty good, I think. So, Bertram with things that make treasure makes it even more, makes me want to play Luxurious Locomotive even more, because he'll make a 1/1 when I make treasure. So, I think this is kind of a 2-drop. I'm going to stick it there. Makes me feel a little better about my curve. Do we want Heartless Pillage in the end? It might be one of the weaker cards in our deck. Same is probably true of Bighorn, although with Bertram, having 2 Bertrams does really make me want to leave this in because it'll basically make 2 tokens at a time. Bertram plus Selvala is pretty nuts too, if we could pull that off. So yeah, I think we probably cut the Pillage. I'd rather have Oasis Gardener as fixing. You know, it's more consistent and, yeah. I mean, it's not a card I love, and I would like to be in a world where I got better fixing than I did, but we're not in that world. I wonder whether I need to run a basic forest at all. It's not like we have any cards that search for basics, so I probably don't. And we want to go to 8 swamps, and we're relying on pylons and treasure from a few of our cards to cast Selvala. We do have too many 4s, I think. Maybe Wanted Griffin is the worst of the bunch. I don't know. If I didn't have 2 Baron Bertrams, I'd think the Griffin's better than the Bighorn, but I don't. So, I mean, I do. I have 2 Baron Bertrams. So, yeah, we need to cut at least 1 4. Definitely leaving in Locomotive. Definitely leaving in Supplier. Those are both pretty nice. Although, maybe Supplier's not amazing in this deck. We have 3 more cards to cut. I don't really think we can go below 17 lands. Maybe we lose, like, a Buzzard, a Skullduggery, and then a 4. One of these 4s is going away. Which one? Definitely not Lassoed by the Law. Definitely not Selvala or Bertram. It's either Bighorn or Griffin. I think I like the Bighorn a little bit more in with what our deck looks like. Yeah. All right, deck looks pretty good. We've got some powerful stuff going on. We'll see how it goes. Okay, it's not a great hand, mostly because we don't have like a legit 2-drop, but we can play, you know, get the Buzzard out there in a worst case, so probably be okay. It is kind of cool that Fake Your Own Death plus Buzzard means it comes back with a counter. Didn't really think about that. It's not like insane or anything, but it is a little interaction. Okay, well now we just play Caustic Bronco because if we're allowed to attack with it, it's going to draw us a card next turn. And, yeah. I mean, if a trade happens, we can play the Buzzard if we draw a land. We can play the Buzzard as a 3/2 or whatever. We can also just use Fake Your Own Death, potentially. But either way, drawing Caustic Bronco there is pretty darn good. Probably looks like they might have removal, though. Or maybe not. Why did they not? Well, I guess I could have blocked. I wasn't gonna, but but I guess I could have. Yeah. So I don't need to play my land first. It's draw. You know, I'm so used to the effects and limited exiling cards, but this one just straight up puts the card into your hand. Yeah, so let's just attack first. See what goes down. Nice. We get a land and don't lose any life. What do I do next, is the question. I don't really want to sack anything to my contractor. Don't really want to play a 2-1 that badly, but I think maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. Kind of seems like what I'm supposed to do. I could plot it instead, I guess. I could do the same with the contractor. Then next turn I could play Tycoon and then sack the token. Yeah, maybe that's just better, huh? Yeah, that's probably just better. That is probably better. Of course, playing Bertram and then... excuse me. And then the Tycoon would be pretty good too, I guess. There's also the chance that we want to use Fake Your Own Death. It only lets me sack creatures, unfortunately. So we definitely attack here. The question's going to be whether I want to use Fake Your Own Death. Guess we'll figure that out after we attack. Ow. We just drew the most expensive card in our deck. So, do I just let this happen and then play a 3-2 Buzzard? That doesn't seem bad. I could stop it. I have a lot of choices here. It's too many choices. Wish you could sack artifacts. At the same time, if I keep this thing alive, I get to keep drawing cards. Alright, I think we just let this trade happen. Yeah, we'll just trade. And then, I could play Tycoon plus Contractor. I could also play Bertram, which really sets up the Contractor later. I think that's what I'm going to do. Losing 5 there was not awesome. I think we have 2 cards in our deck that would make us lose that much. Granted, we lost 0 on the first draw, so... But playing against a deck that's rocking Vile Smasher and paying 5 life doesn't exactly feel great. No, it does not. Plus, I'm going to pay 2 more life at some point. Probably some point soon. Let us play Conduit Pylons. A more natural black mana doesn't hurt, so I think I do leave it. Then we play Prosperity Tycoon, which will give us 2 tokens. One of which has lifelink, which is pretty nice right now. And then we play Contractor. Sack this token. We are not attacking, though. Need to gain some life, that's for sure. And Bertram can help us do it. Oh my god. Okay, that's really, 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 really bad. So... we need to draw a removal. Okay. Well, Let's play another conduit pylons, I guess. Okay. We do have lassoed by the law on top. That makes me feel a little better about my life. If I can get this ETB trigger again, it's pretty powerful. Let's go ahead and... Do I really need to gain life? Kind of does feel like I need to do that. Unfortunately, this first striker will keep it from happening, so... I think we just attack with the Tycoon, unfortunately. Yeah, there's a good chance they just didn't block. Maybe I need to play my flyer here. Probably do, yeah. So we'll play Sterling Supplier here. Put a counter on the life linker. Because I really need to gain life. Then we'll also throw out a Forsaken Miner while we're at it. Lassoed by the Law will give us another life linker with Bertram in play. Oh god, that drops us to 8. And then they can buff this to 6 and attack us. Kind of think I have to block. It's such an ugly block too. But I kind of feel like I have to do it. Let's throw our Sterling Supplier away to only take 2 here. Ow. Because I think we're going to win the long game here. We just need to gain, gain life, like I keep saying. Okay, so let us attack with our life linker here. Actually, they don't have a good block here, so that's pretty nice. I could also attack with the Tycoon, I guess. It's not a terrible idea, actually. Yeah. Don't think I want to swing with anything else, but those two should go for it. I mean, it's a big hit if they just take it. If they block this, I definitely use Fake Your Own Death. Yeah, they don't, though. But I go back up to 8. And then we get rid of this guy. Make another life linker. Do I just throw the buzzard out there? Doesn't seem like a terrible plan, actually. I should have attacked with Forsaken Miner. That was miss, because it can't block. I think I'm just going to cast the buzzard here. Gives us another body, another blocker. It's only going to be a 2-1, but it does the job. Yeah, if they have to throw away Reckless Lackey here, like if that's their game plan, then I think we're pretty happy with it. Could have gotten in with my miner, man. Vial Smasher's gonna rumble, huh? Why only buff it once? That's curious. Well, I think we'll throw our contractor in front of it and see what happens. Okay. Yeah, I mean... So... Am I just supposed to swing out here? Sort of feels like it. Drops us to 7. Ooh, interesting. Well, definitely doing that. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to attack with all those things. Okay. Well, I think that means we use fake your own death. Wait a second. Getting in for... Yeah, we use fake your own death on our Prosperity Tycoon for sure. So we get the ETB again and get another lifelinker on the ground. And then we play Nurturing Pixie, return the Tycoon, and play it again? That's pretty gross. Thank you, Bertram, for digging us out of this hole that we found ourselves in. All the lifelinking guys are what allowed us to not die, basically. Didn't have a great start, but we stabilized. That was not a great game to pay 5 life the way we had to, but Bertram dug us out of that hole. Actually, we paid 7 to draw cards in the end, because we also drew 2 with our 3-mana 3-2. Ooh, turn 1, Forsaken Miner. Turn 2, Caustic Bronco. That sounds pretty good. Be even better if we were on the play. On the play, it would be, like, completely insane. Yeah. On the draw, it's a little less impressive. Especially if they power out some crazy mount here, which is entirely possible. Yeah, we take 2. Wow. Well, I'm a little surprised by that. The reason I don't play the land up front, by the way, is because I don't want to give them more information than they need. Because if I reveal a land, I'll play that land. Okay. Well... Now I wish I had a forest in my deck. Jeez. I do still get a nice mana boost here. I can't complain too much. Yeah, we'll grab a swamp. Should have seen that coming, huh? So next turn we can play Bertram. Really stinks that I can't play something this turn, though. Alright, well, I am glad that they haven't played any mounts with that. Ooh, Skullduggery. Tempted to play the Locomotive ahead of Bertram, because then I can crew it, attack with it, and make a 1-1. But if I have to use Skullduggery here... Well, Skullduggery won't even work, but we definitely attack. They're not going to block, I don't think. No. And then we'll play Bertram. Well, like I said, could play the locomotive here and set up a pretty sweet Bertram turn next turn. Does mean I take 5, so it's probably just better to play Bertram and leave up Skullduggery than the alternative. Probably getting a little greedy to try to play the locomotive. So they're going to get a 6/6 token here. And do 1 to us while they're at it. And probably attack us for 3 while they're at it. I mean, I think we just attack with the miner. There's, like, not really any reason not to. Well, I guess crewing Luxurious Locomotive is a reason, huh? And Locomotive plus Skullduggery does deal with that token. Okay. Yeah. Leaves us a lot more options in terms of blocking, not to throw my Forsaken Miner away. Okay. I might just try to go for a trade, honestly, if they're going to allow me to. Do I try for Skullduggery here? There's definitely a risk of a blowout, but I kind of... If I can hold on to the locomotive, I definitely want to, especially with a dead freaking card in my hand in the form of Bertram number 2, so... Nice. It worked out. Okay. Okay, another lifelinker is good news. So. So I could sack a treasure to draw a card here. I think I'm going to do that before I do anything else. Okay. Well, I'm glad I did that. Alright, so we play Bloodseeker. Guess I mill myself. Do I have any, other than for the miner who's already in play, do I have any reason to mill myself? Yeah, I have a couple of cards that get stuff back from my graveyard. So, yes, let's play Bloodseeker. Targeting ourselves. Don't hate hitting those things. And then we will plot our Dust Animus. And I guess also play our Swamp, because why not? Bertram's pretty nuts. That's what I think we've seen in our 2 games. Like, and leaving the locomotive in because we have Bertram was like a pretty good idea overall. Alright, so I definitely want to gain some life here. So I'm going to crew this, tap that. You know, with another Bertram in my hand, I can kind of get away with attacking with Bertram here. So I think we will. Yeah. Works for me. I am a little worried. They have like a Wrath or something. Based on how they're playing this. They're in green and white. Yeah. Do I really need to risk Dust Animus? I mean, I do have another Bertram in my hand, and I can draw a card if it comes to it, and this can come back. Yeah, we're just going to play out the Animus. And, I guess we're going to draw a card with Bertram, too, while we're at it. Okay. I will hold on to this for if things go really sideways. Also, my locomotive won't die. You know, that's one of the nice things about vehicles. Most sweepers aren't going to kill our locomotive. Okay. Does take them back up to 7, and they do play a big old creature. One that can block Dust Animus, unfortunately. Yeah. They're like, of course there's another one. What happens if I swing out here? Dust Animus gets blocked. Yeah, it's not worth swinging out. I wonder if I had played Bertram, used him to crew, and attacked with my Miner. I kind of forgot it can attack the way things have been going of late. Yeah, so we're just going to cast this as a 3/2 flyer here. And they should be dead on our next turn, I'd imagine. Guess if they had a really sweet mount here. They do! Pretty much the best one. But I don't think it's enough. I can use Contractor to finish them off, potentially. Which is kind of funny. Oh, there's a Prosperity Tycoon. Okay. So let's play the Tycoon up front. And we do that so we can do this. Just got to drop them to 2, and then we kill them with Contractor. So... one's even better. Sure. Well, that went pretty well. I mean, deck seems pretty sweet so far. Had good starts, that's helped, involving Caustic Bronco. Bertram's been really good with... We've managed to get our vehicle and Bertram together, which is a kind of a nuts combo. keep making a life linker every turn. And a treasure that Bertram can sacrifice, and it's kind of nuts. You don't see a whole lot of other people using Minsk and Boo, so respect. It's a little annoying not having the natural white mana, but I guess I'll be okay. Next turn I can bounce it so I can surveil again. Maybe we'll draw a plains. Drawing a plains would be nice. Now I really need a plains, because this, yeah. Skullduggery number 2. I mean, it's not the worst, but I kind of need... I need white badly enough that I think we try to get to it as quickly as we can here. Don't have anything else to do with our mana. I mean, I could have played the Pixie to surveil again, but that seems... that seems like not a great idea. Doesn't seem as bad now, frankly. Yeah? Oh, it's non-land. That would have been nice. We'd have Skullduggery up for what that's worth. Might be worth something. Talk about overkill. We will plot this. Because if we draw a land next turn, we can just play it as a huge creature. Which is pretty sweet. You think they fire off another removal spell on our Pixie now? No. Well, I can Skullduggery that, but it takes a whole bunch of mana. But it might be a good idea to do that, even if we draw a land here. Which we don't, so... yeah, I think we go for it. And get in for an extra damage while we're at it. Get rid of him. Don't think we play the Animus. I mean, we're not in a spot where we desperately need the body, so why would I play it when I can get way more out of it? You have a spell here to make it a 3/4. That's going to be annoying. They do. Gross. They just drew 2 cards. Okay. Well, I think I'm just going to sack my Pixie here to draw. Aha! White mana does exist. So we can play Selvala next turn, and don't really want to also play Animus in the same turn because then it won't be huge, but yeah. They have a bunch of mana. And a Crom that's probably going to draw cards and get bigger, which I can kill. Alright, well, I am going to fake death here. Don't think we can afford to go back on board. Plus, the treasure actually is super helpful here. No, I don't think we want to draw. Okay. So. I think we play Dust Animus and then Selvala. Unfortunately, I'm 1 mana short of being able to do even more, but I think that's okay for now. Opponent has a sweet deck, though. I haven't gotten to play with Crom yet myself. If we're allowed to untap, I think we have a really great shot. Oh. Well, it's now what I need to deal with Lasso has changed. And that's not great news for us. Give Menace to Crom? Probably makes the most sense. Well, not really, because I can then attack in the air all I want, and I have lifelink, so... Speaking of lifelink... I really don't want to give up Selvala. So, maybe I'm supposed to do this. Sad as it is. Yeah, probably. The problem that leaves us with, though, is Crom and the inability to gain a bunch of life. I don't want to block with Selvala. Yeah, I think this is our best plan. Why does our mana have to be so awkward? Gosh, maybe I have to let them have Jasper. Just kill their flyer. I do have a free attack here, more or less, with both of these creatures. So getting in for 7 does sound pretty good. So let's do that first, I guess. So I can play... Yeah. They're only going to have 1 creature. They're only going to get 1 card. I sort of feel like going... Lassoing on Crom and then playing... Because Selvala can tap for mana, like the Tycoon here, is our best bet. And just hoping they don't draw creatures, I guess. I mean, I can also just try to race Crom. Like, if they try to attack us with Crom, they're probably going to die at this point, and Jasper can get them out of the situation. But Crom can to some extent, too, because of the extra card draw. Decisions are hard. Okay, so I think we go after Jasper in the end. And then we play... We can actually tap this for 3. I think Tycoon's our best bet. Gives us multiple bodies. Well... Oh, good. It's not a desert. I was like, well, that's going to drop us to 10, which at this point is unfortunately pretty deadly. Visage Bandit. Another Crom does not sound like fun. Are they going to attack us here? If they do, they can probably kill us. Okay, they don't. Ooh, a flyer is very nice right now. Okay. Maybe I should have buffed Selvala. Probably not. But if I attack with everything here, they can only block one thing. I think it's probably what I'm supposed to do. That means they take 10 unless they have something else. So, yeah, got there. Whew. That was looking kind of scary for a minute, but I think we did the right thing with our lasso. Obviously, the outcome was good, so. Similar to our last hand, except this time we're missing different color. But that's okay. It worked out. Ugh. As much as I like the Tycoon, I do think we have to throw it away. We do have Mourner's Surprise in our hands, so we can get it back later. We just need to draw black mana, you know. Otherwise, we're not doing anything until turn 3 if we don't draw real black mana. And we do not... Well, now we can at least play this. Could have been worse, I guess. Would have been worse if we didn't draw a 1-drop. Well, that's sad. Very sad for my Forsaken Miner. Do I block Servant of the Stinger here if it attacks me? I probably do. There's black mana, thank you. We're not making tokens anytime soon. Well, I guess Mourner's Surprise will make a token. Sort of thinking about attacking with the Miner and seeing what happens. It'll come back later, incidentally, either from like a Bloodseeker trigger or whatever. And if I get in for 2, then it feels pretty good. Plus this grows also if they block. So it's like, you know, it's not... We're probably getting something out of it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I probably do play Bertram here. Which is kind of crappy because Helicourser is going to be really annoying, but it's whatever. In the long run, I think this will work out better for us. No one's killed Bertram yet, which we've been pretty lucky. I don't know if we're going to be so lucky this time. I probably block the Courser with Vengeful Townfolk if that's what ends up happening this turn, if they kill Greywater and then attack us. Yeah, I definitely block with Townsfolk. Did they already play their land this turn? I hope they did. See if they use a trick. They do not. Well, I guess they must have already played a land. You don't generally want to do that with when you've got Helicourser. Oh, you do get to hold on to it for a while. That's pretty nice. Okay, so I think we attack with both our creatures here. Then I think we'll cast Mourner's Surprise. It's going to give us 2 tokens. Yeah. And I think maybe we actually get back the Townsfolk just because we can cast it right away. And then we have all these tokens, which works pretty well with the Townsfolk. Although if I get back Tycoon, then I get another card that'll give me 2 tokens. I just won't be able to play it this turn, and I'll play one of these instead. Tycoon's definitely better overall, but I think the ability to play the Townsfolk this turn is kind of a big deal. Like, that's a big turn. And significantly better than playing our Bloodseeker or Black Snag Buzzard or whatever. I'm trying to hold on to the Bloodseeker for a point when they block our Forsaken Miner, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. Well, there goes Bertram. Poor, poor Bertram. Okay. Well, let's do this. Would be awesome if they would block, but I just don't know if they will. Yeah, I mean, I think we're just supposed to play out these creatures at this point. Because we've got them pretty low on life. So, that's what I'm leaning towards. Let's mill ourselves. Skullduggery would have been pretty nice, huh? Yeah. Blood Hustler is pretty obnoxious. So is Desperate Bloodseeker. That Pixie might have been nice. Okay. Well. Am I just supposed to attack them with my Buzzard? No, that can't be right. If I buff this, I've still got a pretty good attack here. I don't have a way to commit a crime anymore, though, but it also can't block, so I might just attack with it regardless. Yeah, so let's buff the Buzzard. Might just attack with the Townsfolk too, although that makes less sense in terms of attacking with the Miner. They are close to being able to use this ability twice a turn, which is pretty devastating. Kind of stinks that we're 1 mana shy of being able to just play this normally and get the huge creature. Depending on what they do here, there might be something to be said for not plotting it, but probably not. because Blood Hustler is going to gain them a bunch of life. It's not like I can just count on winning a race. Oh, that is brutal. I do get a huge townsfolk, but it's not really, that's not much of a consolation. Skullduggery, man. Yeah, so they have 7 mana. One more, and they can Blood Hustler twice a turn to give it 2 counters and drain 2 life every turn. If they kill townsfolk here, I'm not going to be very happy. Because then we're in some real trouble. We are still at 20, which is nice, but they've also gained some significant life of late. Two Servants of the Stinger. Okay. Well, let's send in the Bloodseeker. Ooh, actually, that's not a great idea, because Blood Hustler can just get bigger. So we're not going to do that, actually. Yeah. Blood Hustler is a problem. I need to find removal for it. Oh, God. I had a feeling they had it, and that's why they were like, I could kill the townsfolk, but then I won't be able to kill the big, scary creature. So I think we just have to keep passing turns and hoping we find removal for Blood Hustler. Hope they brick on some draws while they're at it, too. The gross thing is, these Servants of the Stingers are pretty powerful right now. Luckily, they're not attacking us with them, which I appreciate. Okay, I can get back our guy from the graveyard now, which is nice. Wait. Did they exile that poor guy? Where is he? Oh, there he is. I forgot he died as recently as he did. Oh, yeah. I think we just have to pass. Keep on praying. Blood Hustler is nasty in the late game. Wish it was still a 1-1. So I could just kill Vault Plunderer, but, like, that doesn't seem like enough value to me. Five, 8, yeah. It is a little interesting to me that they're not attacking with Servants of the Stinger. I mean, I can block them and all, but, like, if I let them through, bad things happen. I don't know if we have anything that can get us there apart from removal, and I think maybe at this point the only removal we have that'll deal with it is Lassoed by the Law. So, that's not fun. Uh-oh. I think they found their removal. Unfortunately. So if they kill our townsfolk, our blocks get way, way worse. Maybe they're going to fling their Blood Hustler. That'd be pretty funny. There's not a trample trick or black or red in this set, is there? I don't think there is. That's not a huge help right now, but at least I can throw things away to draw cards. I mean, I guess that helps. Maybe find her lassoed by the law. So, I think in response to that, I'm going to go ahead and sack our token. Intriguing. Yeah, let's go ahead and fake death, because then we get another vampire token. Well, looks like they might burn another removal spell on it, but that's okay, I think. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Oh no! Oh no, yeah, I can. I can cast it, but I have to tap my Gardener. Does that just mean I'm dead, basically? No, because it'll survive, and then come back, make a vampire. Yeah, we'll be okay. Oh no! Yeah. Now what? Bad news is they can sack those servants. Yeah. And it's very bad news. They're just going to attack with both of them. Honestly, I think I just let them through. Let them tutor up the two best cards in their deck. I have a hard time believing that it's better than Blood Hustler is right now, you know? So... I mean, there's a chance it's better, but I don't think we have much hope here if we, like, threw both of our creatures in front of the servants, so... I mean, if I draw Lassoed by the Law here, like this turn, that's pretty good. And I'm going to draw 2 cards this turn unless they grab a cheap removal spell here. That is not Lassoed by the Law. Nor is that. Darn it. Okay, so we'll play our Locomotive. And we will end our turn. Let's see what they grabbed. I mean, if they have a bomb, they grabbed it, obviously. That's probably one, yeah. That probably means game over. Yep, we will go ahead and concede. Their deck was nuts. Yeah, one thing our deck doesn't have a ton of is removal. I can't complain too much about not drawing it. I don't tend to value removal as much as I used to in Limited. Enter the battlefield abilities, death triggers, etc. More and more creatures that just do stuff no matter what. But, you know, having more removal probably wins us that game. All right. We will keep this. Okay. Loyal Seed plus Bloodseeker could be interesting. We'll throw that away. I think we mill ourselves here. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. So they get a treasure here right away. It's really not that hard to get treasure going with her, that's for sure. Ooh, I just played the wrong land, too. Nice. Not playing Fortune this turn, apparently. But yeah, they're going to get a dragon pretty quickly. This might be another game where I regret not having the removal I need to nip this problem in the bud. Yeah, we need to play Fortune and try to find some action here. Not sure either of those qualifies. I mean, they're going to get a 3/3 dragon this turn. I don't know how either of those are really supposed to help me. Don't think they do. 4/4 dragon. It's even bigger than I was thinking. They do have to do it at sorcery speed. So I have to do it now if they're going to do it, yeah. Kind of forgot it. Didn't realize it was going to have freaking haste. Okay. Let's play Sterling Supplier. I could make my buzzard big enough that it can rumble with that thing. They have an irascible Wolverine coming. Because I play the supplier, use it on the steed. But, I mean, use it on the buzzard and then have it saddle the steed. But, like, I don't think that's what I want to do. Not right this second, anyway. I think we want to play the supplier. Put the counter on the steed. Then attack. Whoop. Then attack with all three. And this time, do I want to put the counter? I think we do put the counter on our flyer. I have another one coming, huh? Don't know if it's enough. Guess it's not bad. But I kind of need removal still. Yeah. It is hard sometimes. Like, if I draw lands instead now, it's going to hurt. But, like, can I really win this game if I don't draw removal? I mean, it's not an impossible race, I guess. Yeah, let's leave the buzzard on top. Move the bighorn. I think the buzzard, I think having another flyer could really help us get there, especially if they keep attacking with their dragon and pinging us with Deadeye Duelist. Oh my god. Well, I guess they can't plot it, right? So it's only a 3-mana 3/3. That's a lot less frightening than I was thinking. Yeah. But it is a reach creature, so that part's not so good. It is a reach creature. Oh my lord. Okay. They do attack with that flyer. Do I take 8? I think I do. And I think... Nah, 2 reach creatures is not nice. I do get to kill... Yeah. I can play out 2 more bodies in my second main phase. I mean, it's probably not going to be enough. But... yeah, I think we attack with both flyers. I don't think we want to do anything with Fortune, unfortunately. Alright, so I guess we'll kill the bigger one. And then we'll play the buzzard as a 3/2. And then we'll play a Caustic Bronco. Freaking Magda. So, like, a really lucky Caustic Bronco trigger. But I don't think that's going to be good enough. I mean, they can just attack us here. Oh, yeah. Demonic Ruckus should seal the deal. They can hit us for 6 just with this alone. Oh, interesting. Oh, but then they can ping us, yeah. Yeah. You know, we didn't get super cheap removal in this deck. We didn't get that good of super expensive removal either, for that matter. And that has basically been the problem the last 2 games. Like, one threat that was super powerful and nothing we could do about it. Oh my god, this is not... This draft started so well, and then we're here. I think we have to mulligan. I mean, I guess we could kill their X1s if they play them, so it's not like we're completely defenseless, but it's close enough. Alright, this is significantly better. I think we throw away our locomotive. We do have skullduggeries. I guess, you know, that's cheap removal, but it's only... It's pretty situational. Wouldn't hate them playing an X1 here that I can kill with it. They did not. In fact, they played like a big, scary creature. It's not big and scary yet, but it will be one day. Maybe this turn, even. Because they can just pass their turn, have it turn into a 3/3, and then hold up, you know, counter magic or whatever they might have. Well, they can't surveil at least, but they might still be holding up counter magic. Does playing my contractor and drawing with it and then playing my buzzard, that actually sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, he's going to sack himself here. They might counter the buzzard, but that's not a huge deal, I don't think. That worked out relatively well, I think. I think we probably take 3 if they attack us with Emergent Haunting here. This was basically Divination, plus a counter, plus pay 2 life, yeah. Yeah, we'll take 3. I mean, we have Skullduggeries in my hand. It's hard for me to want to just, like, block a 3/3 with my 3/2. I could play Townsfolk and leave up Skullduggery. But I think I just attack and play Prosperity Tycoon here. Yeah, they could attack with both if they wanted to. My poor Prosperity Tycoon is vulnerable right now. Yeah, they have 6 mana right now, so... let's play out our Townsfolk. Then I think... Do I want to buff the Tycoon? It does sound pretty good. Makes it more likely... Well... They're probably not going to block either way. Alright, so let's do that. Attack for 8. Yeah, I guess they might. Yeah, blocking makes sense. I think we just use Skullduggery, though. Bad news is they might have their own form of interaction, and that would be real bad news. Is using Skullduggery in that case better than... just letting this die? I think it's okay to do. What's happening here? Okay, there we go. I guess I could target my buzzard. That's less of a blowout. Yeah. See what they have. Okay, well... That makes me wonder if what I was supposed to do was actually just sack the token, but it's hard to know. They could also have interaction in their hands, so. Spicy. I mean, they're gonna have to do... I guess one crime would be enough. But... yeah, the crime wouldn't be enough, though, because their creature would then... it would still be a trade. So, let's see what happens. Nothing. I like it. Yeah. Am I supposed to keep attacking with my buzzard? Probably not. Probably not. It's not a race I can win. So... although, if I'm not going to hold up mana for Skullduggery, I think maybe I am supposed to attack again. Yeah, I think we do attack this turn. Huh. I could also buff Vengeful Townsfolk, but then that means Lazov's coming at me, and that is a lot more damage. So, let's just attack with our Buzzard. And then we will plot and play Caustic Bronco. Yeah, that's not great. I think we chump Lazov. So I think we play Dust Animus in our first main phase. I think we attack with our Bronco here. I mean, there's... there is a chance things go really sideways, but not a great one. It'd be funny to lose to our Caustic Bronco trigger. I could play like the Big Horn and saddle it so I don't lose the life, but I think I'm going to need the bodies, and I also need the cards. So I think we just attack with the Bronco and hope it goes well, basically, here. Do I have to leave my Buzzard back now? Probably, yeah. Nice. Free card. So Skullduggery could be pretty sweet here, depending on if they, like, try to kill my Bronco. And they do, so that becomes a 2/3, so then I can go... Skullduggery. Then we play Pylons. Ooh, Lassoed by the Law. That'll be nice. And then we play another big creature. Things are looking up. Nice. That's my kind of turn right there. I think we kill the flyer. Try to anyway. See what they have to say about that. Am I also going to try to draw this turn? Probably not. Don't hate them spending their mana on that. Although it generally means they don't have anything else to do anyway, so I probably should. I mean, it means they get value that they wouldn't have had otherwise. I may as well attack with my Bighorn here. Oh, it's 2 power. Okay, well, that works too. They can double block and kill it, or even potentially commit a crime and kill it, but... Or they could just do that, which is kind of the best outcome, I think, for us. We're up to 10 now. I like that. I like that a little less. But we have 7 damage in the air. Oh, destroy all my creatures and draw all the cards. Yeah. Well, that's game over. It's actually literally game over. I didn't think it was going to be. Brutal. Started out 3-0, finished 3-3. We almost turned the corner in that game, I think, but we just... you know, that's probably the most powerful card in the entire set. It's just hard to cast, but our opponent did it, obviously. It was a pretty disappointing 3-3. I mean, I think we saw this deck's potential, like in the first few, you know, maybe it was overperforming some, but then the next 3 were kind of the opposite. I don't know, but the games go how they go. So see you all in the next draft video.